Early exchange, shaping policy, advancing development.
Glad to know you're still tuned in to Early Exchange on Souq News Television. Yesterday, a Lagos State High Court granted an ex parte application restricting or seeking to restrict the proposed protest in Lagos to the Gani Fawemi Freedom Park in Ojota and the Peace Park in Ketu. And of course, we do have on set with us our head of news, Kayode Shopekan. Had to put an accent to it there, who I can describe right now as the man about town. He's had the feel of the streets around Marina and Broad Street in Lagos. Kayode, glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, you look flustered.
Well,
Did you run?
First of all, I must correct my surname. My surname is Shopekan.
Okay, not Shopekan.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't bother me. So the street is seemingly empty. Nothing is really happening. As you can see on your screen, cars are not moving. Maybe one or two in 30 seconds or 1 minute.
Yeah.
The buses are empty. The conductors and the drivers are just at Marina. They are just there calling and shouting this way, that way, but people are not coming out. It seems like most people have been informed not to step out, not to leave their houses. You go through from the State House down to Marina, and you find out that you can hardly meet one person on the road, walking, and you see heavy presence of security officials, at strategic positions, from the EKEDC office to the Mama Kontagora house, the Wesley building. You find, security officials, standing there, trying to ensure that nothing goes wrong, as opposed to what we had during NSAS protests, where there was a lot of destruction, a lot of buildings burnt and all that. So I think this has been, put under, check
or control.
Yeah.
Okay, so this area is called the Central Business District. Am I right?
Yeah.
What do you think would be the impact of this on business generally? Because we know that most organizations are in this area, the Marina, Broad Street, UBA, all the way down to CMS. It's just businesses, companies, and organizations. So with the streets seemingly empty, it means nobody's working. And so it means there's no income, no
It's weird.
cash.
Before you answer that question, it's weird that the banks did not send a message of closure for today, and they are not open today.
Wow, that's
Yes, some of the banks are not open today. I know that those ones on Marina, they are not open. There was nobody there this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if they're open now because you're just coming in from the streets. But at that time, their gates were closed.
Yeah, Access Bank has their gate open.
Okay.
Sterling Bank along Marina is still shut. But you'll find out that businesses are shut down. And as of yesterday, somebody was there was a report I read that Lagos is losing about 400 billion.
Okay.
The way things are currently going down, shut down, 400 billion is being lost. So if we lost 400 billion yesterday, you had 400 billion today, and probably tomorrow another 400 billion.
Yes.
You can imagine.
The process is supposed to be for 10 days, so you could do the math.
So you can do the math. You can imagine what we have lost thus far. Now, I spoke with somebody who was saying something about this protest, how it affects an individual, a person who survives on a daily income. The person who,
The petty traders.
before he or she can eat, you have to go out. So if that person can't go out, it means that the person cannot eat.
Yeah.
So it means that you cannot make income. See how this is metamorphosing or spiraling down, and affecting Nigerians in several ways, and going forward to make it difficult for people to live. Yeah, others were begging the federal government to ensure that they can eat, which is the reason why I think this is actually coming in the first place.
Okay.
People are finding it difficult to eat, to survive. Daily income is not forthcoming. There are no jobs. The prices of food and all whatnot are going up, spiking every day. But be that as it may, they want the government to step in and assure them that things would, begin to calm down and they'll be able to get their source of livelihood.
Who do you think are the biggest losers? Government is losing a lot in revenue. Marwa operators, bus drivers.
The trains didn't work today.
trains
The
are
BRT buses didn't work today.
No. Trains are working right now.
Yeah, we're
Trains
working
are
right
working
now.
Yeah, we took shots of a train. As I was
Okay.
while I was coming, I saw a train moving, and as
Oh, that's great.
we were taking the shots on the street, we saw a train, heading down to, I think, either Orile or Mile 2.
You had passengers in there. You could see that. you had passengers
That
in
we
there.
could not ascertain.
Because
That
the
we
first
could
train
not
is
ascertain.
for 6:30. Then you have the one for 7:30. At that time, they were not working.
Yeah, we could not ascertain if there were passengers in it.
In it, okay.
Yeah, and on the street going to Bonny Camp, we saw a BRT moving. Though it was
Moving.
empty. Yeah,
Empty, oh,
yeah, it was empty. There were about maybe the driver and two of the conductors. But we saw a BRT moving. So my cameraman was saying, "This one get mind, they even work." But that's the way it is. That's what we have right now. BRTs. I think they are trying to defy the instruction. They are trying to see how they can help.
Was there an instruction for a no movement for today? Because I struggle to, get that fact. They're having a protest. The guys said, look, you know what, join us as youth, big, small, just come out and protest. But there was no, plain instruction to stay at home today.
Okay.
If I had to weigh in on that, I feel palpable fear, anticipated destruction, which is what every other person, some organizations had pulled out in numbers, calling for, a peaceful resolution, calling for dialogue.
Yes.
The volatility, it can only happen when some elements take over, and that's what the state government and the federal government is trying to avoid, where criminal elements hijack the process of whatever. No, but they're not saying, just like the judge is saying, you get a chance to protest, but do that within the confines of a limited environment. So we're certain of who and who
And
is
also right
part
spaces.
of this. So I mean, commendable what they've done to confine the space, but then people will be people, Nigerians will be Nigerians. There's the expectation of what will happen. But for me, the point is the fact that some persons were unable to get to work today, even if they wanted to. So good thing about it is the fact that from certain routes, the prices of the bus fare had come down. You didn't have a lot of people. So if you're saying Obalende, which is about 500, and somebody will be telling you pay 300 and let me take you.
So
you
let
understand?
me come in
there's
there.
just two sides to it.
So we met about two guys. One said he had to trek, from a particular spot.
No, I got on one chance this morning.
Okay, good.
I got on one chance.
Thank God
I almost lost my
Thank God
phone.
you're here in one piece. So the guy said he had to trek, and then he had to enter a bus, and he was in the bus for about 45 minutes. No other passenger, only himself and the driver. There was another one who said that he left the house, and he found out that there were no buses.
Yeah.
And he's somewhere stranded at Marina now because he has spent all he had, but he doesn't have a means to get to where he's going. First of all, he has spent what he has on him. Second of all, there are no buses. So you can see double trouble for a young man who actually meant to go to work, as is expected.
But if we say that the protest is about, one of the factors, one of the reasons for the protest was food. We want the food prices to go down. Now the markets are closed.
Yeah.
The food sellers are closed.
Yeah.
Is this not a loss? How do we marry this with the true intention of the protest?
Well, another thing you look at is this. I think the traders, how do I put it? Okay, so they try to make for what they'll be losing yesterday. So what they did was, if you had to buy, say, a bottle of Coke,
they increase the prices.
They doubled the rate.
Yeah.
So they already planned for today, tomorrow, knowing that they might not be coming out. So they made I won't say all, but I'll say they made some gains for today, yesterday. So that I think would suffice for they are not coming out today. But you find out that a little pocket of people selling this, selling that,
I've started coming out.
yeah,
Okay.
are out. Trying to ensure that they make some sort of livelihood today, this morning.
You talked about having police presence everywhere,
Yeah.
the security agents,
Yeah.
whether, a bit, polite with passerbys, and did they have any cause to trouble you on your reportage this morning?
Okay, so there wasn't any form of interaction between the security officials and the people passing by, but while we were trying to do our job this morning, it was funny.
The rank and file.
A security operative approached me and said, I do not have a right, even though she saw me, wearing my
Press
jacket,
jacket.
and I had my mic on my mic with me. She posted my cameraman and said, you don't have a right to cover the road, to take shots of the road. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So what do we have a right to do? She said I should take permission.
DPO.
Are you schooled at all? Do you have information as to how this thing operates? Okay, so let's go. Who do I have to meet? She said I should meet the DPO. So I went with her to DPO. And funny, immediately the DPO saw us and she was trying to explain to the DPO. The DPO said, no, don't stop them, allow them to do their job. In fact, you can take us and let them know that we are here.
So that's a plus for the police, yes?
So I began looking at that like, do you even know your job at all? And that speaks, to what we have on the road, the rank and file of the police or the security operatives. You find out that those are the higher echelon. They know what to do. Those below, they don't know anything. So they run with some form of information that they don't, that is not.
Kayode is quite impassioned. I have to take it away from you, Kayode.
No, okay, sorry.
I do have to take it away from you. Well, I'm sure everyone knows the responsibility. They know their job and they know what's expected of them. But then sometimes you just can't be too careful, not to be holding brief for the police. But then I understand if you've been on the street, on the field for too long, you know that anything can happen. You just have to be careful out there. It just takes a spark. And so we're asking that, you out there, please stay safe, keep it within the confines of whatever you're doing. I mean, a lot of people are losing money today. Businesses are not open. But then I'm sure, it's understandable that we're fighting against hunger. But then if we're fighting against hunger, shouldn't we be going to the farms?
Well,
rhetorical question. Rhetorical question.
Early exchange, shaping policy, advancing development.